The night after the first cry, the village of Chandrapur felt different, as if it were holding its breath. Even the wind had stopped, and the crickets that usually sang endlessly were silent. People whispered behind closed doors, clutching talismans, oil lamps, and bowls of ash. Their eyes darted at shadows. Their voices trembled with fear. I should have stayed inside. I should have obeyed my grandmother's warning. But curiosity, and something darker, primal, drove me toward the courtyard. I could hear the faint echo of crying from the well, but this time it was mixed with other sounds, soft scratching, dragging noises, and something that sounded like whispering voices in a language I couldn't understand. My grandmother had warned me, never go near the well at night. Some things do not forgive. Some things do not forget. I told myself I was strong. I told myself I was not afraid. But my heart betrayed me. Each step toward the well felt like walking into a dream I might never wake from. The fog was thicker tonight, curling around my feet like icy fingers. My breath fogged in the chill air. The courtyard looked different under the moonlight. Elongated shadows stretched from the banyan tree, twisting unnaturally. I swore I could see shapes in the darkness, crouching and watching. And then I heard it again. Raghav. The voice was soft, hollow, yet terrifyingly familiar. My mother's voice. My mother, who had died 3 years ago. My mother, whose body had been cremated in that very village. My mother, whose death I had witnessed with my own hands. I froze. My legs refused to move. I wanted to scream, to run, to beg for forgiveness for some crime I had never committed, but the voice pulled me forward. I reached the well. The black water inside rippled violently, though there was no wind. A shadow moved beneath the surface. My eyes widened as I saw her, my mother, or what remained of her, rising from the depths. Her skin was gray and bloated, long black hair clinging to her face, her eyes milky white and unblinking. Her mouth opened slowly, stretching beyond what a human jaw should allow. "You left me here," she hissed, a wet, gurgling sound. Before I could react, the well trembled. Stone cracked along the rim. Black water bubbled, churning as something massive moved beneath. Pale, veined hands shot out, grasping for me, dozens of them, clawing at the edge, pulling at the air itself. The fog thickened, twisting into shapes, faces, screaming mouths, long arms reaching toward me. I stumbled back, hitting the courtyard wall. My grandmother appeared behind me, or someone wearing her face. Teeth too many, eyes black as ink, smiling unnaturally. "Now you belong to the well," she whispered. I ran. The village seemed alive, doors slamming by themselves, windows rattling violently. Shadows elongated, twisted into monstrous forms. I could hear hundreds of voices crying my name, whispering my secrets, mocking me. Every step I took was mirrored by unseen footsteps behind me. I reached the edge of the forest and collapsed. The trees loomed like giants, black silhouettes against the red-tinted moon. Something moved in the underbrush. I held my breath. Eyes reflected back at me. Too many, too bright, and staring. The forest was alive. The cries came again, closer now, surrounding me. The air smelled of rot and wet earth. I wanted to scream, but my voice had abandoned me. I thought of my grandmother's warnings, of the stories she told me as a child. Stories of a curse that had haunted the village for centuries. Stories of the well. Stories of the woman who had drowned long ago, but whose spirit refused to leave. And then I saw her fully, my mother, or something that looked like her, emerging from between the trees. Skin pale, bloated, hair crawling like snakes, eyes milky white, mouth stretching impossibly wide. She hovered above the ground, limbs twisted like broken dolls. Around her, shadows moved independently, forming shapes of the villagers who had disappeared before. I tried to run, but my legs were frozen. The fog thickened, and the whispers grew louder, faster, forming words I could barely comprehend. "Raghav, Raghav, join us, join us." The first scream came from deeper in the forest. Not human, not animal, a sound that made my blood freeze. And then another, and another. The cries came in waves, echoing off the trees. I realized with horror that these were not ghosts. These were trapped souls, still bound to the well, and now the forest, screaming in torment. I tripped over roots, falling face first into mud. When I looked up, I saw a figure crouched over me. Pale, thin, hair tangled, eyes unblinking. It whispered my name, its breath smelling of rot and water. I screamed, but the sound was swallowed by the forest. And then it spoke my deepest secret, something no living person knew, something buried in my soul. It whispered it, stretching my fear into agony. I don't remember how I got back to the village the next morning, but when I awoke, I was lying at the edge of the courtyard. The well was calm again, black water reflecting the sun as if nothing had happened. But I knew better. I knew that she was awake now, and she would never stop. That night, every door in the village slammed open. Every window rattled. The oil lamps extinguished themselves. And a new cry echoed, not from the well, but from the forest, and this time it was closer, right outside my window.